All right. Oh yeah, Ghostface is a loser. We're gonna get into that. Don't you worry. Don't you worry your pretty little bed-sheeted head. We are gonna be talking about a little bit about Ghostface, but more I'm just... I sort of expected it, right? And it kind of actually proves my point. That NRS has been courting a different type of community for a while. And just going through... Because normally I don't... Like, let me rephrase. I don't care what people say. But it's very interesting. And we're going to go through the comments. Because some people are just... They're just not dealing with the fact that another opinion exists. How you going, folks? In the chat, we got Total MK, we got Outworld, we got LJ Hardcore, Anonymous Alcoholic, Mr. Ben Spastic, Quan. What's happening? The community is they them. Oh yeah, 100% is the they them people. That's why they're feeling a bit, you know, a bit mad. You know, I haven't done my video yet. I know I already covered it in the live, but I want to do a video talking about essentially the fact that they are just so lazy with reusing assets and stuff, and they've done it yet again with Ghostface. The fact that like this is what I've been talking about for a really long time. People will just accept slop. You know, like they sit there and go, oh my god, it's so amazing, like who's under the mask? And then they just tell us like that a guy in a bedsheet recruited people from the most notorious, might I add, notorious criminal organization in the known Mortal Kombat universe. Could you imagine being that dude that goes up to Kira and Cobra and just say, listen, I just need you to put a sheet. Right? I need you to get burkified, right? And we're gonna go have some fun in the local neighborhood. What? What do I get paid? I don't know, food stamps? Like, it's just ridiculous shit, right? There you go, Ren. Right. Ryando, what's happening, bro? Total MK says, did you see what happened to James MK? No? What happened to him, man? Is he alright? Like, he's not sick, like, he didn't get sick or anything, did he? Outwall says, bro, you know what's more fun than MK1? Reading the comments you get on your videos. The button pressing only pro losers love you so much. Oh, I know. I am. Listen. Now, I know there's people out there that don't understand humor, but it's starting to look like, you know, this is a one-way street. I provide, and they receive. No Nonsense Spider says, as much as I hate guest characters being in the game, I still have to give credit to NRS making the characters faithful to their screen and comic counterparts. I actually agree with you. Like, I don't disagree, right? I've said it a number of times that I think we're at that point now where they just need to just leave Mortal Kombat maybe to somebody else and just do a horror fighting game. I play a horror fighting game, right? I love playing fighting games. I don't require every fighting game to be like, right, can we get this at Evo, boys? Let's go. Right? I don't give a shit. I'll play it. I'll play it, man. But it needs to be in its own game, right? And I actually agree with you that they do nail it. That's actually the disgusting part. They actually nailed it more than they do the MK characters. That's the shit part. Right? And you know why they do that? Because they have no respect for Mortal Kombat characters. And because they know that there are fans outside of gaming that are big fans of Scream or what's the fucking Homelander show called? Right? Invincible. You've got Peacemaker. What was the other turd burger in it? What's his name? Jeez, I can't even think right now. I'm having brain fart. Right? They go to all these efforts, right, to make them accurate because they know that there's fan bases out there that they're trying to get into the game, right? But they don't care about Mortal Kombat. They don't care about respecting the creation, the boys. Thank you. They don't care about the restrict. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, sorry. Who am I thinking of then? Omni-Man. Omni-Man with Invincible, Homelander. See, that's how much I give a fuck. Right? Thank you, bro. Total MK says that somebody at the FGC bastard called his work trying to cancel him. Oh. Can you share it to me on Twitter, man? Right? If that's okay. Yeah, well, you know, because we might actually have a look at that too while we're live. Yeah, don't fuck with James. I don't know him a whole bunch, but I've talked to him a couple times. He's a great guy, and you don't fuck with that guy. Like, he's old school, you know. And it shows that like you're hitting somewhere close to home, or as they say, over the target. LJ Hardcore says, I miss the dark, mythic atmosphere of Mortal Kombat in 3D era. How do I get this? I'm gonna modify some stuff in the real time. Because the chat box, how do we open this shit up? I'm gonna see if we can make this a little bit more. Browser settings, custom code, I don't need that. I just want to see if I can get it to how's that look? Does that look... Oh, there we go. That's not bad. I'm just looking at this. I'm looking at the chat box right here. Right. Holy shit, look at the size of that fucking thing. Wow. Disable message animations. No, I don't want to do that. Show platform icons. Okay. Badges, show functions, enable, font size. That's kind of funky. That's not too bad. What do you guys reckon? You reckon that's not too bad? That's not too bad. Browser setting. Okay, all right. Let's just leave it at that. Let's see how we go with that. Posting it. Okay, all right. All right. Let's have. Oh shit, wrong one. Fuck. Yeah, so we're gonna read the comments under one of my videos. Let's make some people famous. Right, let's go. Right. So Scream Community Rando says is going to have fun trying to guess who are Cobra and Kira. Red Musashi, here you go, man. That reminds me of some lunatic from Sweet Baby Inc. called Smash JT's Job. Yeah. LJ says, I miss the dark and mythic atmosphere of MK in 3D era and Shaolin monks, not the creepy horror thing. Yeah, true. True. Nico says, why do you milk money off the game if you hate it? Because I love Mortal Kombat. And when I see something I love fall apart, well, I don't just sit by and let it happen. Right? And let's not get it twisted, right? Let's be clear here. Everyone that makes YouTube videos is doing it because they want to have people watch this shit. Right? Let's not be under any assumption here that this sort of thing is just some charity thing that we're supposed to, you know, that clearly, you know, that's all we are here is just charity. Everyone that makes videos wants people to find and watch their videos. That's why people do it. Right? That's why people do it. Right? But I love Mortal Kombat. So, you know, exposing it and hopefully one day... Listen, put it this way. If Mortal Kombat 9 was coming out now, it would be complete reverse. Right? And that's the depressing part. Alright, let's... I want to find this stuff on James. Because, that's fucking crazy. Where is he? See, you gotta remember, like, there are people out there, you know, like shills and shit, that'll just say whatever the fuck they want. You know, just to get paid. And listen, look, at the end of the day, you know, at the end of the day, whether anyone likes it or not, people will just watch whatever they want to watch. Right? When you get people out there trying to, you rage bait, you clickbait, and all this sort of horse shit, it's just fucking, it's either jealousy or they're just stupid, right? That's all it is. No one gives a shit. At the end of the day, you know, everyone's hoping that people watch this stuff. That's why people post things and shit like that, because they want to sort of draw attention to stuff, you know? So, alright, thanks for that, dude. Yeah, I'll load that up in a sec and have a looky at it. Because I want to... Yeah, that's fucking wild, man. I guess the cancel culture is still trying before Daddy Trump comes in. Right? Ryando says there are many steps on how Mortal Kombat could become better. The first step is set a rank from Warner Brothers, Total NK. Yep. So first and foremost, if I was in charge, I would make John Tobias in charge. So say, for example, I could buy Mortal Kombat, right? I would first hire John Tobias, right? And I would also hire people that John Tobias trusted to ensure that whenever he retires, his legacy would be continued on with the story of those people that do understand the story moving forward. Secondly, I would hire Total MK, 100%. Because, like, he is... and when I say this, is like, I obviously know of other people in the space, right? But as far as, like, the longest standing and one of the first people I ever saw cover Mortal Kombat, he is someone that is a massive Mortal Kombat fan, but also calls shit out, which is what we need. Right now, we have a large community of people that just suck the soy. They just don't care about the quality of the product. They only care about it's got dragon on the side of the tin. That's all. It sucks. So I would hire Total Mortal Kombat, right? For whatever role he saw fit. You know, I would set up the Mortal Kombat department of titties just to make sure that they're accurate and true, right? We gotta have a department of titties, right? So there'd actually be a whole bunch of people I would actually like have in there as well. So yeah. So let's have a look. You met John Tobias twice. Yeah, he seems really cool. I watched the interview with his son over on Kamidogu. That was really good. That was like really, really good, right? When I was setting this up before, I thought my camera fucking froze. Because this is my video. And I'm like, oh shit, my camera's froze. It's like, oh no, it's not. It's all good. So anyway, we're gonna go. Hang on, let's refresh. So we're gonna go through these comments, because I don't really. Oh, jeez, there's like, holy shit, there's like 2 of us on screen. Shit, eh? Now, where's that? I want that shot. There we go. Look at this clown. Look at this. Look at this clown right here, right? Anyway, so we're gonna look at the comments, right? Because I read all the comments. So I see the people spurg out. I do. This one I'm not sure on. He's either referring to me or he's referring to other nerds, right? So this one could go either way, which is fine. Blue Wild 187 says, funny part of Sub-Zero, freeze, Scorpion, Spear, Sindel, Scream. Isn't that what every single character does? Funny part is Sub-Zero, freeze, Scorpion, okay. L-Storm, the MC. Terradrome kicks ass. It does. Terradrome is really good. It is very good. Benji Man Gonzalez says L take. Oh, that's okay. Everyone, listen. Everyone's entitled to their opinion, just like everyone has an asshole. Right? Well, the fictional horror movie in the Scream franchise was named Stab. Really? I've seen how many Scream? I think I've seen all the Scream movies a long time ago. Right? And I think I saw the latest one. It was alright. It was okay. You know. Right, ironic. Yeah, when I made the thumbnail, I wasn't even thinking that. I just went stab, stab, stab because that was all it is. Slow Mojo says, yes, Fate, I definitely think we need the Department of Titties. Stephanie Brownback should not be a part of it. Oh, well, you know, she can, yeah, she's fired. Get the fuck out. Right. Jim Carrey says, I unsubbed from the main channel and asked not to be recommended again when I saw this fucking ghost cuck in the thumbnail. Oh, from the Mortal Kombat channel. They're pushing hard, bro. Eltaz says, yeah, Ghostface ain't it a dumb character from Mortal Kombat DLC. We could have had many others, but the horror movie era for MK is over. They did that with X. Let's move on. Let's see more of their original created characters as DLC. Yes, that's actually what I would prefer. If you don't want to bring back MK characters, make some new MK characters, right? Now, I wasn't a big fan of the MK11 created characters or the MK10. I just didn't like them, right? And to be honest, I'd actually really like to know who was in charge of creating those characters and fire them as well. Because when we had brand new characters, so you think about it, we had MK1, like the true MK1. Then we had Mortal Kombat 2, which introduced a couple of characters, including also making a previous boss character playable, right? Which now, most people know my stance. I don't like playing as a boss character in the same game that you fight against that character as a boss character. But in the instance of Mortal Kombat 2, they were very smart with that. They made it that the So Shang Tsung was like, he was like he was like the bouncer, right? After the question mark, you get to the bouncer, right? And then you get to the true sub-boss with Gintaro, and then you get to Shao Kahn, right? Now, MK3, let me find a picture of the roster for MK3, right? Because that was a very... They shook things up. They shook things up. Mortal Kombat, hang on. Screen, character, select screen, right. Let's... Yeah, we'll go with this one. We'll go with this one, man. This is a good one. Good quality. Right. So, when MK3 came out, right, it was a huge mix-up. Huge! Right? Huge change, right? We had the return of Kano and Sonya, which was great. The return of Jax, the return of Shang, the return of Liu, right? We also had Kung Lao come back. But then we got this, like, massive amount of characters, right, that were added to the roster, which was a big departure. I also think that, like, actually Total MK, maybe he can tell us in the chat, because technically speaking, now I could be wrong here, but I think Mortal Kombat was the first fighting game to actually get a DLC upgrade in the arcade, in the point of adding all of these extra characters. I'm pretty sure Mortal Kombat's the first one, right? Because that's when we got, which I'll showcase in a minute, if I can find it, Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3's update. Right? So, yeah, so I know Street Fighter got updated in the arcade, but did Street Fighter 2 ever add new characters to its roster? Anyway, let me get a picture of Ultimate, so we've got that in a sec as well. So this is a pretty radical change, right? However, despite that, despite not having key favorites like Reptile or Scorpion, who else did we lose? Obviously Baraka didn't return. There's no Johnny Cage. This was a pretty radical, different versions. Yeah, so different, like, revisions, you think? Anyway, so this was a very radical change. Obviously, they wanted to have a Shogun-type character playable, so they put in Shiva. We got brand new additions, obviously, with Sindel, but Sindel was tied to Katana and Melina. She wasn't a copy-paste character of those characters. She was her own brand new character. How you going, Realm? What's happened, bro? Right. So Sindel was a great addition. We had to get some Striker police brutality in there, you know. I'm surprised Striker hasn't been cancelled. I'm surprised Striker showed up in MK1 at all, considering how woke NRS are. And then we had Sub-Zero, right? And, like, I think most people probably realized that was going to be, like, when they first look at the character select screen, that's Sub-Zero. But that was a radical departure too, because we didn't have him in a mask anymore, right? Why is he unmasked? Pretty crazy shit, right? Now, my first original thought when I saw Cyrax was, oh, it's robotic Scorpion. How you going, Carlos? What's happening, bro? Defund the Striker. Yeah, defund the Striker. Get that fucking white piece of shit out of there, right? White is not right at NRS, right? So I thought Cyrax was Scorpion but robot form, right? Turns out he wasn't, but also, like, also sort of similar. he had a move with his net which was able to restrain, you know, a character, just like Scorpion's harpoon for those that get triggered, right? He also had a teleport as well. It wasn't a combat teleport, but it was a teleport, right? Obviously Sector was brand new, Nightwolf was brand new, and of course Cabal, right? So, and of course Cabal was one of my favorites in original MK3, not Ultimate MK3. I'm trying to think of the muscle memory. It was like low kick, low kick. Let me think. Hang on. I can do it on my fingers, but trying to say it. It was low kick, high punch, down, high punch, right? So he goes bang, 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 and then uppercut, right? And then you jump after, like, so you do a jump kick, right? And then his fucking fireball, his blast in the air, and as they're falling back, you go back, 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 run, and the what do you call it? The buzzsaw would come out and capture them, like it had hit them, right? It was, and of course, like that was a very impressive combo to do at the time because, you know, that's when it took skill, not like this brain dead shit we got now. So that was a massive combo, and then when Ultimate MK3 came out, they nerfed it, right? But this was a very radical departure from MK1. MK2 kind of just expanded on it by the addition of Reptile and Shang Tsung from the previous game. And then we got MK3. And despite that, the new additional characters in Mortal Kombat 3 felt better than any of the brand new characters that they've made in either MK10, MK11, and of course they haven't done any for MK1, right? So I'd really love to know who were the character creators for the 2D era versus the versus the NRS era. Because all of these new characters were awesome to play. Obviously, Shiva started the degenerate clubs of people that like forearm bitches in nice little, like, you know, what are they called? What's that dude's name? In the Mankini, right? Like that, like, dude, Shiva literally is like wearing, like, dental floss. Dental floss, right? Okay, we had Kung Lao change from having his hat throw horizontal to doing it vertically. So that was a change as well, right? Cabal was an amazing new character as well, which was fantastic. Nightwolf, of course, or getting some Native American representation in there. Sector was great, right? Sector was really cool, although I always wanted Sector to have his flamethrower as a special move. And then, of course, we got that wish in MK9, which was really good. And of course, even Sub-Zero himself was a massive radical change. Do I have contact to Grums? I don't know. Listen, I'm pretty tiny, man. Those guys are huge, right? You know, like, they probably get thousands of messages, you know. So you got Sub-Zero, who he got his freeze back, he got his slide back. But then we got the ice clone, and then we got the ice shower as well, which was very cool. I remember, like, me and my mates, we used to practice these combos with him, like, in the corner, right? Where I think we did, like, just trying to remember now. I think it was jump kick freeze, jump kick ice clone, right? In the corner, and then I think it was like, I think it might have been like high punch, hop kick, ice shower, and then whatever else you want to do after that. Striker was a great addition as well. You know, even though he had his leg trip with his baton trip, it was quite slow. He was pretty good. Also with his grenade toss in 2 different tiers. Sonya coming back was amazing. Right, they really expanded upon her, so that was really good. She made a really wonderful impact. Of course, obviously portrayed by the beautiful Kerry Hoskins. Right? Yeah, I might boot it up. I might boot it up soon. Yeah, we'll get through the funnies. And then Liu Kang came back. Right, Liu Kang came back. I'm just trying to, I don't think he had any additional moves. I think it was still the same. Bike kick, flying kick, high, low fireball, and then air fireball. He had nothing new. Jax came back, so he was changed, obviously, with metal arms. That was always a point of conversation. Were Jax's arms like cybernetic, like actual metal arms all the way through, or were they like metal arms that he put his arms into and then utilized? So obviously in MK Annihilation, it was like a mech type addition. I like that, but then also we got the other side of it as well. So that was always something we talked about. Sindel was fantastic because she was also, I think, the first character to have a float. And she also had, like, yeah, obviously her fireball, her scream. And she had a aerial fireball. Is that it for Sindel? Right, I think they... and then, of course, they brought Shang Tsung back. They enhanced him a little bit with... obviously, he's got his horizontal, but then added in vertical skulls as well. And then, of course, Kano. Kano was really good too. And, of course, this was also the first game that they introduced the dial-in combos, which is what I've always advocated for in the game. Limited, right? You know exactly what the string is, and you can't do the combo unless you're touching the person. Right? You can't do it unless you're physically touching the person. Right? I think that makes... I think that's kind of normal. Right? And then, of course, the secret character for MK3 was Cyber Smoke. Now, Cyber Smoke kind of scratched that scorpion, the scorpion itch because he had the harpoon, right? Or the spear. Technically, it was like, didn't look like either, but whatever, right? So that was kind of good. That like Smoke kind of scratched that scorpion itch with both having an actual combat teleport punch, and a harpoon or spear type move as well, which was pretty cool, right? Which was pretty cool. So now, and the point obviously like I was making is that this was such a radical change. Like it was such a radical change from what we got in MK1 and 2, right? They really mixed things up. And I wonder if it's because they were waiting to introduce, obviously, this, right? So we got Ultimate MK3 upgrade in the arcades. I still remember seeing it for the first time. And, you could clearly see. Hang on, that's not it. Oh my god, that's not it. That's the wrong... No, that is definitely the wrong one. Wow. Hang on. I will amend that. Who the fuck made that one? That's terrible, bro. You should be fired. Get out! That's awful. I was only looking at the top right. I'm like, oh yeah, that's not old. Yeah, I know. Hang on, let me find it. I'll amend this. Don't worry. I typed in Ultimate MK3 character select trend. It's the first one I grabbed. It's always good to have failures. Live streaming. I want one with... Hang on, No, that's not it either. Where the... Wow, this is kind of difficult. Hang on. No, I don't want that one either. Hang on. Give me the screen! Holy shit, this is actually kind of... What? Hang on. No, I don't want... This is actually kind of difficult, right? Because there's all these other ones. Except this one. And the ones that I am finding so far, like, they don't show the secret characters. Wow, what a clown show. What the fuck? Hang on. No, I don't want that. These are shit. Now, I'm going to type in arcade. Hang on. This is weird, man. Right. Okay, here we... Oh, that's fucking awful too. Holy shit. Can somebody out there please take a good fucking picture of the Ultimate MK3 character select screen? My god. Pull one from Naruto. Yeah, I know. What about... No, that's not it. What the fuck, man? Is it on?
I'm not getting any.
Yeah, I want one with all of them showcased. How big's this picture? And I think I'm just gonna have to like edit this picture because this is the only one I can fucking. That's wow! Holy shit, bro! Oh, somebody sent me one. Oh, okay. Oh, thank you, Outworld. Oh, that's the closest we got. Yeah, that's one I found as well, but it's like fuzzy. But we'll use it. We'll use it, bro. We'll use it. Here we go. We're introducing scan lines to the young folk out there. Here we go. All right. So that's amazing, dude. That was actually kind of all right. Here we go. So with obviously with Ultimate MK3, right? We had, and I think Normal Smoke was a hidden character, correct? From memory. So we had obviously the addition of Katana, Reptile, Jade, Scorpion, Melina, Ermac, and Masked Sub-Zero, right? So Masked Sub-Zero was essentially MK2 Sub-Zero. Ermac obviously was the first time we ever got to play as him. Returning characters obviously with Katana and Melina from MK2, which was their first. Posted in Discord, 100% from the arcade. Hang on, alright, hang on, where'd you fucking post this shit? Where'd you post it? Hang on. Oh, here we go, alright. That's fucking, everything's tiny, why is everything, oh no, that's fine. Alright. Let's get out the scan lines. Thank you, Outward, for that one. That's the one. That's one of the ones I saw too. Like, it's so difficult, man, to find these. You Google search it. It's like to get on. Hang on, that's not. No, that's. Hang on. I chose the wrong one again. Hang on, my bad. Hang on. Where the fuck it? Where'd it go? Hang on. This one. Here we go. No, that's. Oh my god. Hang on. What the fuck? There we go. Right. This fucking stream, I tell you what. Anyway, so yeah, non-scan line edition. So, yeah, that's how it used to look in the arcade. Yeah, when you used to go play with the scan lines and shit. It was great stuff. Thank you, Outworld. Thank you, Total. So, yeah, so we had, obviously, Katana Melina come back. Melina, could do her... Yeah, so she had no new moves. Katana had no new moves. Reptile had so he had two moves. He had his elbow dash and he had a fast force ball, right? And a big ass. They modified his acid spit. So huge acid spit, right? Oh yeah, and yeah, that's what I was gonna say about Jax. Obviously, so Jax, they changed it from his power wave to actually shooting like rockets. He had a fist dash. He obviously had his slam come back. Also, if you did his throw, you could do multiple throws. He had his gotcha grab come back. So he was, and an air throw. His air throw returned as well from MK2. Powerhouse. Jax was absolute powerhouse. Also, we had with Jade. So she had obviously her boomerang throws. So it was the first time Jade was ever playable as well. She had essentially a Johnny Cage slide kick, invincibility, her boomerangs, right? Her invincibility as well. So, and she was a menace. A fucking menace. Right? Absolute menace. Scorpion came back with one less move. Right, because he had his leg takedown. Always loved the leg takedown for Scorpion. Always loved it. Always. It was my favorite move. That was a new move for Scorpion. Always loved it. Always loved doing it when I used to train and teach in martial arts. Loved it. I just love it. Always loved seeing it in movies. It was so cool, right? So So yeah, he didn't have anything additional, but in MK Trilogy, they gave him a forward teleport punch. So you could do jump kick, teleport punch, harpoon, and then do your combo. It was pretty good. So, yeah. They modified Cabal's big combo that I talked about before. Right, so you couldn't catch people anymore in the buzzsaw at the end of the combo, which sucked. So, and they gave Striker a gun move, right? So it was the first time a Mortal Kombat character actually had a gun move. Now, this is the interesting part. I don't like guns in Mortal Kombat, but the way they did it kind of felt like a special, like a, how do I put this? Because I'll be really careful, right? It kind of felt like a fireball type mechanic because of the wind up, right? I can still hear it on my head. They're like, brr, 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 right? And of course, if you jumped over it was fine. It wasn't tracking either, right? And it's not as fast as future iterations that we've seen of guns in Mortal Kombat, right? Sub-Zero came back just like MK, like I said, MK2 Sub-Zero. And some of their combos are really cool. Remember, like he did that double uppercut combo that he did with both his hands. It was just really good, right? Just trying to think if they added any. I'm just going through all the characters. They added anything else? They probably nerfed or buffed stuff, but I don't think Cabal had the run move. Yeah, he had his dash. Yeah. It's just that, yeah, the combo that he did, which was low kick, high punch, down high punch, hop kick or jump kick, fireball. You could catch them on the buzzsaw, but you couldn't. Oh, I know what else they changed. I don't think you could catch people anymore with Sub-Zero's Ice Clone. I don't think you could catch anyone with the Ice Clone after a jump kick. Right? So you used to be able to jump kick Ice Clone and catch them. And I think they got rid of that. And I think too, I'm pretty sure if you did the Ice Clone next to someone that was blocking, I'm pretty sure it disappeared as well. I'd have to double check. But that was a change as well. Maybe he was just too OP in the original MK3, I don't know. But it was fucking cool, man. Like, it was cool, right? And so MK3 roster was a very radical departure. We missed some very key characters that people loved, like Katana, Reptile, Melina, and Scorpion, of course, right? And I'd love to know why they went with this. And maybe it's because, like, they were kind of telling a story. Even in the arcade, you know, they give us the base roster, they give us all the storyboards about the invasion, stuff like that. Title says you couldn't combo the gun in Ultimate MK3 after a Striker combo. You remove Cabal's dash saw, yeah, then combo, yeah. And yes, they best Sub-Zero, yeah. So, yeah, and did they give... Yeah, no, sorry. I was just going to say, did everyone get a pop-up? No, they didn't. Right? Anyway, we'll go back to the comments. I might actually load up MK3 soon, just to have a fiddle with it, because it's a lot of fun. How you going, Triple Bro? People were slightly upset with the Sub and Scorpion absent. Yeah, well, that's what I want to know, bro. They obviously knew that people were going to miss these very important characters. So I wonder if they knew ahead of time, this is where we're adding some more characters. And then they were going to, then just to get people further excited, they then add in Ultimate MK3. And then, of course, Trilogy was ending up being the very first Mortal Kombat game to encompass every single MK character up to that point. And the reason why I like Trilogy type games, and why I liked Armageddon, is because you got every character up to that point. Now, so MK9 was kind of different. MK9 was actually a downgrade in roster size, but MK9 was kind of like a Trilogy 2.0 with the addition of Quan Chi, who was a big favorite from MK4, right? They also introduced, obviously, Cyber Sub-Zero as a difference instead of Cyber Smoke. He's still Total MK still triggered over Trilogy, right? You're just gonna have to deal with it, son. No, you're just gonna have to deal with it, right? And then yeah, so I do like a big roster. The reason why I like having everyone is because it means that everyone out there that's a Mortal Kombat fan has a favorite, right? They have a favorite that they can enjoy. Okay? That's why I was hoping this new MK would be it. Not hiding characters and going, oh yeah, Kira and Cobra are back under a bedsheet. Like, seriously, that's the dumbest shit I've ever seen. Anyway, so let's go back to these comments. I think I'd already done El Taz. King Conrad says, be careful what you wish for. I recall people were screaming out for this DLC character since MK10. Well, you get what you pay for. You get what you pay for. Right? This is where, and listen, it's one of the very few negatives I have with MK9, is the fact that they actually they messed with that by adding a horror character to MK9 with Freddy Krueger. Now, obviously, Kratos was in there as well, but that was only a PlayStation exclusive. So when I talk about MK9, I generally just think of just the first character that they added as a guest. That wasn't platform specific, but was everywhere, and that's Freddy. Freddy, you know, Freddy. Yeah, I didn't like it, and it was the very first time in a Mortal Kombat game, very first time that we got a guest character, and it never stopped. It just kept getting worse. We are now we're about to, when this combat pack is over, we're going to have 6 guest characters in this game. How many guest characters in MK11? Because in MK10, I think it was 4, right? You had Jason, was it Jason, Michael Myers, Alien and Predator? Is that correct? How you going, unknown subject? Don't call me Kotal Khan. Them's fighting. 4. It was the 5th. It was the 5th guest character in MK10. Actually, sorry, I take it back. There actually was one character that was created in MK10 that I did like. But it was a hybrid, and that was Triborg. So Triborg was pretty good. Actually, that was 4 characters in one. Because there was a secret, secret Cyber Sub-Zero, I think it was, right? I think that was the case. So, but anyway, let's continue. Tashawn Woods, 1911 says, in my movies, where classics compared to the video game from when it was conceived until the year of 2024, this character in particular has his own story, let alone a franchise and generations of fans. Mortal Kombat has my respect, but I do not favor it over movies. That's just me. Okay. Thanks, dude. Tudo Kurosawa says, I completely agree. This moveset looks extremely boring. Probably the worst guest character ever. Atomizer says they lifted 95% of its attacks from Nightwolf. Oh. Is that true? Rambo and Kano. Not shocked by NRS's laziness. Didn't think of Nightwolf. Is that true? Any MK11 players out there that use Nightwolf, can they confirm? I want you. 9944 says his move's so bad. Cam Silver 7021 says all the valid points you make mean less and less when you just hate non-stop. So there's an entire generation of folk out there, right, that literally view any negativity as just hate, right? Because they and we're going to see more of this, these are the people that are the toxic positivity type people. And the reason why they start saying this shit is because now we are starting to step on their dreams. We're starting to step into their, hey, don't talk about this character. You can shit on everyone else, don't talk about this character, right? Shift Tab 101 says, do you enjoy anything? You're always hating something. I love these people, man, right? You know what's funny? Is because, and this is the same with every single YouTuber out there, people only see a vertical slice of what you do, right? So obviously I rail against Mortal Kombat because I love it. I love Mortal Kombat. And I want Mortal Kombat to become great again, right? And the funny part is that, like, I'm sure every single one of these people probably hates on something themselves, right? Probably hates on something themselves. And they're allowed to. This is where the hypocrisy comes in. They're allowed to do it. But if it's something that they love, everyone needs to shut up, right? Weak source and generation. Savitar MK says, I don't want to hear anything about the gameplay from that sucks on the level you do. Well, that's racist because I'm not black, but whatever. Face him when Ghostface comes out. Your Ghostface versus his because he's going to buy it. I'm not going to buy it. It's already in the game. Like, it's part of the pack. Right? Imagine, if you will, one brain cell, thinking that you are some level of good person because you are good at this rubbish Mortal Kombat game. By the way, this is also a generation of NRS fans that have been conned by the esports lie, right? Their primary focus is, oh, I need to be amazing and get good. The reason why Mortal Kombat always used to be considered a party game is because it was never taken that seriously. Sure, they made tournaments and stuff like that, but Mortal Kombat was just this really over-the-top, titties, blood, awesome characters, great story, fighting game, right? It wasn't meant to be, as far as I'm concerned, it's not meant to be an esports at all. You can put it in a tournament and have people fight. But we have seen since, you know, and MK9, I believe, is when they started getting people in there, is that they started curating these Mortal Kombat games towards Evo and tournaments, right? Why do you think, this is a guess, but this is a pretty good guess, why do you think they got rid of the roars from the trees? The Living Forest is known to have the trees in the background roar when you play on the stage. Why did they get rid of them in Mortal Kombat 1? I know why. This is my guess. Because I reckon it's distracting. I reckon these only pros didn't want to have ambient sounds that could distract them from pressing buttons better than somebody else and getting a medal. Right? Jay Hernandez says, God, you can tell from the comments that more than half of y'all weren't even born when the first MK hit the arcades. True, factual, put that shit up on a fucking billboard. 100%. 100%. A lot of people enjoy this trash now. That's now Mortal Kombat. Well, it's not though, is it? This is why I continue to do what I do. This is not Mortal Kombat, right? NRS has, and Warner Brothers has completely, well, not completely, but by and large changed the demographic and their focus of what Mortal Kombat is. This is why OG fans, you know, that love this series generally don't like the direction, right? The reply to this, oh, okay, here we go. So he's using the N-word again, right? Oh, I thought the N-word was a racist slur. I mean, you don't see Chinese and Japanese people using racist slurs against each other. Just saying. Just saying. So what? Just because I was born after the 90s, so I can't comment on a game? Well, I got told that apparently I shouldn't comment on certain things because I don't go to a tournament and commit. Anyway. The games are now far more complicated and fun from the earlier... That's it. Opinion... just absolutely obliterated, right? You're going to have to explain that when you are standing in front of Jesus. Imagine, if you will, one brain cell, and then given a keyboard. Right? And by the way, for the people that say that, and they go, oh, it's so much better now. Why is it that every other fighting game out there is able to retain, except for maybe Tekken 8, is able to retain its legacy in terms of combat and design and style, right? Just updated with a fresh lick of paint, obviously with graphic engines and shit like that. But when it comes to Mortal Kombat, under the guidance of Ed Boon, because Warner Brothers wasn't involved when the first 3D era game came out, it has been gimmick after gimmick after gimmick after gimmick after gimmick. But the good thing is, though, at least there was a whole bunch of the other team there that was still there from the 2D era that still kept the game relatively in check, right? But every other fighting game is allowed to retain its legacy. Every other fighting game is allowed to retain how it looks and all that sort of stuff, except for Mortal Kombat. Mortal Kombat, oh no, every game has to be a gimmick, you know, because they have this weird fucking theory, which is not proven, by the way, that if they don't do this, it's going to get stale. It's the weirdest shit. Each character was far more limited. They didn't even have frame data. There it is, folks. The unicorn. The thing that they hold more dear than a naked lady. Frame data. They don't care about character design, stages, story. Frame data. That's all they care about. Total MK spammy. I see what you're doing, man. I can see. Frame data. What a degenerate phrase. Now, let's be clear here. Frames have always existed, right? It's just that we didn't have a visual representation on the screen in the form of, you know, negative and positive minus frames and, you know, like all the data on screen, but it still existed, right? It's just visually we figured it out. Visually we figured it out. We knew certain moves or special moves, right, would be would obviously stay out longer, far easier to punish than other ones, right? This is all stuff that we visually saw, or if you will, analog. You know, we're analog players. this is why these people don't have girlfriends, but they have boyfriends. You know that, right? I'm not a child that doesn't understand how it was back then. You're just an old person who doesn't want to let go of the good old days. Yeah, and how is the retention rate going for Mortal Kombat 1, by the way? It's so bad that MK11 is kicking its ass. And if you put MK9 right now on every single storefront, updated with rollback netcode, you can say bye to MK1. Right? That's just MK9. We have people in the hundreds every day playing Fightcade of all classic fighting games across everything from Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat and stuff. You want to know why? Because they're amazing fighting games, right? You guys have been conned into thinking that, oh, we have this plus on block frame data minus uppy fucking shit, right? Because it makes you feel smart. Oh, I'm so smart now. Oh, Mama, I know how to weed. I know how to weed, Ma. I know how to weed. Right? You guys are fucking clowns. This is a banger. Fuck you, Fate. All you do is hate. Well, that's because it rhymes. Yeah! Right. Can you imagine these people talking to their friends? Right. Talking about another man on the internet. You know, this fucking guy on the internet fucking said something bad about my favourite game. Right? You said something bad about my favourite game, I'm going to leave him a harsh message. Now listen, I don't care. Like, you can say whatever you want. Like, that's fine. It's just that people out there are so weak that they literally have no idea how good we had it. Nick Forrest 7816 says they're also too late in giving us the Katana MK2 skin. You can already get this skin as a mod. True. Put that on a billboard too for Nick. Although it's a little bit more, it's a little bit fiddly, obviously, to get the mod working, because it's not as straightforward as MK9's. Right, MK9, you apply the mod and that's the end of it. Right, with MK11 and 1, unless they've changed it, last time I looked at it, you got to have something running in the background, the hook, in order to do it. Right, so it's a little bit more involved. Okay, but you can tell that they're a little bit desperate. That's why they gave us the Deception skin. Now they're giving us these classic skins because they're trying to get people excited. Right? Daniel Q7198 says, you stuck. No, I'm good, bro. Thank you. He also says, YouTube, there's been going downhill. Wrong video? I don't know. Not joking, Jack says MK11's still worse. Listen, I don't give a fuck about MK11 either. Right? But being real, MK11 is having a far better retention rate than MK1 does. Bro, look at this one. You can I tell you what, man. I tell you what, we really hit the heart of the NRS community with this video. Warren Graham 2127 says, you weird negative prick freak. Listen. Come here. Alright, we're getting real personal now. Listen, I know it's hard for you that you still have to draw on chest hairs, that your balls look the size of, quail's balls, not the eggs. But it's okay. Daddy Fate doesn't hate you. It's just a game, bro. Relax. It's okay. Just rub one out. You're good, bro. It's okay. Right. Bishop Coleman 5317 says, oh, here we go. Yes, I love how forced hate has become for this character. What? The more and more features and cool things they add, the more force themselves to be angry about it. Listen. You know when they used to put those warning messages saying like the front of like NBA Jam and other games or movies? Warning against doing drugs. This man, he must have been getting a sandwich at the time. Right? It's okay, Daddy's here. It's alright. It's okay, Daddy's back. Right? The adults are in charge. Right? Mr. Ghostface. Oh yeah, here we go. Yeah, Ghostface and Scream has always gotten hate, especially from other horror fans. Well, I don't give a fuck about horror. Anyway, I'll play a horror fighting game. Like I've done with Terrordrome and its sequel. The same people who would love Michael Myers to be in the game, ironic because Scream and Ghostface are far more relevant and successful now compared to some of the others. Also, MK has always had horror elements. Thank you, NRS. Thank you for breaking and destroying a whole bunch of people. One brain cell. Oh, I had some guy cry at me. Yeah, he got real pedantic. Beyond Beautiful says, it's just a game, bro. While leaving a comment on my video about a game. A lot of people was impressed just because David Spearham 5552 says, a lot of people was impressed just because you ain't. Doesn't mean a lot of people aren't you. The majority, buddy. Oh yeah, yeah. I'm sure the reason why this is like, you know, with lamb chops. Oh, guest characters are the reasons that Mortal Kombat sells the best. This is the same sort of stupid shit. Literal NPC behavior here, right? A lot of people have impressed. Okay, all right, fine. I'll give you 10. 10. Right? I'll give you fucking 10. How about that? Lou Blanca 3925 says NRS just makes woke trash. True. Mark Poland 5748 says it's gonna be a Scream, baby. Is it though? I mean, think about it. Devan Tezel says in the chat, why doesn't Australian Shang Tsung morph into NRS executive and hire John Tobias? Yes, Total MK. Off you go. Chop chop. Looks like they recycled Rambo on Ghostface. Even the sound. Shake my head. Yeah, well, people were saying that in the chat yesterday, and as we looked at just then, somebody was actually mentioning that they've also ripped off Nightwolf. Stupid Fat Hobbit 4262 says, I finally got around to playing the Chaos Reigns DLC story, and my god, that was boring. The whole story was basically run to the next area, fight, Havoc watches from afar, run to the next area, fight, Havoc watches. I mean, shit, man, this is 100% true. Very boring story. Even the MK1 story and characters were bland. MK9, MK11 were peak. And yeah, the guest characters blow. Yeah, I mean, I didn't care for MK11, but the story was definitely better than MK1's. I think given time now, like I didn't mind playing the story. I played it with my son. I thought it was good, but given time now, like once it's settled, it's kind of like, oh yeah, like, you know. Anyway. Astral Drifter says your vids have gone downhill. All you do is hate now, and it's just really exhausting. Define downhill. Let's read the replies. Let's see what the replies say. Mr. Brainiac, this like, haters are the best. Like, haters are the best, man, right? Haters are the best. You know what haters are? Haters are the guys that bookmark your fucking channel up on their browser, have the tab constantly open, right? Who are liked, subscribed, got the notification bell all ready to go, right? They're sitting there having sex with their reptile blow-up doll, right? Hang on. Right. That fucker made another video. That fucker made another video. And within a second and a half, right? They're on my video. Now, listen, I appreciate everyone. Don't get it twisted. I appreciate everyone. Right? But these are the toxic positivity type folk out there. Right? The haters are the real fans, yeah. Don't worry, he'll be here for 1000 and Conan. Oh, fuck yes, I will. What are you, stupid? I run a fighting game channel. Are you fucking people slow? Fighting game channel! Fight all thy enemies. What's the majority of the content, if not all of it? Oh, gee, I don't know. Is it fucking knitting? Is it baking pasta? I don't know. Is it, you know, reviewing, you know, pleasure items? No, it's fighting games. Jumping on it the second it's released. Literally trying to eat off a game and characters he hates, the irony. I guarantee you these people right here are subscribed to Super, Uncaged Games, True on a Dog, Brisk Walk. Right. Rybird says, I mean, it's not like he had any credibility to begin with. I'm sorry, when I signed up for YouTube, did I have to submit a resume? Did I have to, you know, apply? What credibility? I'm just a fan of Mortal Kombat talking about it. These fucking people have been conned into thinking that, like, somehow we have to be these extraordinarily wonderful experts when it comes to everything we talk about. They forgot the part of you in YouTube. Exactly, true. He's the kind of guy that wishes he was good at fighting games but can't get there, so he spends all his energy putting them down. Do you know what's really interesting about this statement? I never said I was great at playing fighting games. This must be some I reckon these are Eeyore followers. Oh yeah, it is. Yep, actually, yeah, I just saw a comment. Facts, this dude has always been a straight up joke, pathetic. You're on my video, bro. Listen. It's okay. Listen, right? The next time you have sex with your girlfriend and you watch this video and you read my response to your comment, and when you go to stick your dick in your girlfriend, you're going to get an instant soft on. You want to know why? Because you're going to start thinking about me, right? And every time you have sex, right, you're going to be thinking about me, right? That's going to fuck you up. That's going to fuck you up big time, right? Because you're going to sit down and this fucking idiot's a loser. And then he goes to go have sex. And then he's like, she's like, what's wrong, honey? Nothing. Bro, you know it. You know it, bro. Right? The reason why these people are so mad is because I'm ruining their sex life. They're so mad. Again, bookmarked on another tab. 1.5 seconds to get to my content. Right? You're assuming they're having sex. True. It could be a flashlight. You know, these people are so bad, even the flashlight says no. Anyway. This dude says facts. This dude's, yep, okay, alright, cool. I'm sorry, is the only credibility we're supposed to have is going to a tournament where, you know, people lie and steal and defraud people, make up shit, you know, commit certain assaults and stuff. You know, I don't do any of that. I'm not abusing my mother for 20 minutes straight on a video and then took the video down because they were terrified that YouTube was going to delete their entire channel for being a fucking piece of shit. Oh, sorry, my bad. Anyway, moving on. Adriel88 says, right, I have noticed he's getting less and less views and less comments, dude. Oh, hang on, I missed a comment. 100%. Foxy and Hollow tried to tell him that in the nicest way possible. Oh, that's right, yeah, because apparently these are the only two people in the entirety of everyone that's a fan of Mortal Kombat that she would listen to. A guy that literally said, if you can't say it to my face in the real, don't say it at all. This is the literal fight me bro meme. Unfortunately, he's way too self-centered and shallow to understand. Foxy, who's now irrelevant, he probably can't fight his way out of a paper bag. And a guy who literally tried to make out that another fellow content creator was racist, got his ass blown out in front of 1,000 people on a live stream with Hypnotic, trying to tone and grammar police. You know why these people don't like me? Because they're thinking of me when they're having sex too. Right? They're getting massive soft-ons, right? Because they just can't keep it up. Right? Because fate's always on the brain. I'm telling you, man. Right? That's the only reason why they're mad. I know there's some people out there on the spectrum right now that probably think that that particular part was actually like a true statement. It's just a joke. Strauss Arcade in the chat says, this guy rage quit on me in Tekken 8, Infant Retro Wiring. Did I? What was your character? Actually, you can't rage quit. You can't rage quit unless you plug, and I've never plugged. Or plug, yeah, plug, yeah, whatever it's called. So there you go. Lies detected. Here we go. Hang on. Here, I do. This is fantastic, bro. I didn't realize there was a therapy session happening right in my video. Continue on. Right, I have noticed he's getting less and less views and less comments. Are you sure? Are you sure? And just being a weird human being, nobody can understand this guy. These are 100%. These are 100%. Hang on, where is it? These are 100% this guy's subscribers. 100%. These fucking weirdos that are like, These are the sorts of people that, you know, would never kiss a girl unless they ask permission. And I'm not talking about walking up to some fucking stranger. I'm talking about when you're having a moment, right? When you met a girl and you know, right? Strauss, I think there's something wrong with you. Like, it's okay. Medication's on the bedside table. Anyway, these are the people that actually want to censor and control what everyone else does. Less views, though. That's very interesting. Legit, the most relevant man on the internet, period. Oh, yeah, of course. But I'm not taking away people's free speech, though. Exactly, has lost so many viewers just because he wants to hate 24/7. Yeah. Okay. You said you have the video, bruv. Cool, you can share it on my Discord. I'd love to see it. You can't rage quit, though. There's no actual option to leave. Anyway. Flames Gamer says, I will always ask before kissing. I'm not trying to get harassment charges. Yeah, but that's because the modern day dating scene is stupid, right? In general, it's okay. You're having a moment, you're holding hands, looking in each other's eyes. Mwah. Right? You're not pinning it down and shoving your tongue down her throat, like tickling her stomach. Anyway, what are we up to? Okay, here we go. So we dealt with the therapy session. Soundwave says the amount of resources wasted on these guest characters when the core of the game and its main cast are so lacking is the most depressing thing to think about. True. Absolutely true. True. Right? You think about it. We could have had, so far, 6 returning Mortal Kombat characters. Right? We could have had 6 of them. 6. Right? Oh, is he talking about one in Dunning flaming? Oh, okay, so that's apparently rage quitting now, is it? Yeah, see, this is called ego. Right? This is something, yet again, the modern fighting game scene, right? Oh, you have got to stay so I can beat you to a pulp. Nah, man, it's my fucking time. I'll do whatever I want. But I don't remember you, because it was a Tuesday. Anyway. Daquan Simmons 6513 says, all you do is complain about MK stuff. MK, shut the fuck up already. If you don't like it, stop playing. So, this is the other side of the coin. We also see these other people that go, oh, stop crying. Stop playing the game, bro. You don't like it, bro. Listen, I have over 8,000 games on my Steam library. Do you really think for a second that the only game I'm playing, not to mention standalone launches, Battle.net, EA, Ubisoft, do you really think that this is the only game I play? Really? At least I still have the game installed, and I still do play it. Not as much. But I still keep abreast of things. Kaz Kulenga 5138 says, Ghostface is pay to win like an MF. Gotta be honest. Well, I mean, that's what I was thinking about Homelander, right? I've had it with this game for a year. I've had this game for a year, sorry. And I can say that if you're someone who, for some reason, never got any of the DLC characters, do not play online ever. DLC characters have such an advanced tool set that it is almost a guaranteed L if you're using a base roster character. Imagine seeing Reiko versus Ghostface in a 1st to 5. Good luck, Reiko. Well, what happened when they changed it from 1st to 5 to 1st to 3? What happened? Do you guys remember? All the Unli Pro community cried. Why? Because of ego. This is the same community that tells me that Kombat League don't matter. So why did they care whether or not it was changed? Now, I did advocate, actually, a couple of times, that they should have a separate mode that people actually sign up for with designated tournament times and days and stuff like that. So people that do actually want to get extremely serious on a competitive level can go in and partake in these particular tournaments. Right? But at the end of the day, we all paid for the same game. Yeah, no one cares, Strauss. Like, no one cares except you. I tell you what, right? I want you to find me a girl, right, that is going to have sex with you when you go up to them and say, this middle-aged bald man on the internet doesn't want to continue to fight me in a fighting game. I'll wait. Let's continue. This guy is obviously NRS's loyal terrier. Johnny is strong as hell. No one cares. Kenshi is strong as hell. Asher is strong as hell. Cinder is strong as hell. Serena is a great cameo. So is Kung Lao. Scorpion 2. I mean, look. Vaseline around the lips if you're going to start sucking that hard. You know what I'm saying? Right? Only a couple of them are absolutely busted. Homelander won't even be overpowered after this upcoming patch drops. And he and Cyrax are the only DLC in the top 10. Again, who gives a fuck about esports? Also, Reiko is a very solid character, a little less so with Tremor, but he's good without him too. Yes, I've been using Reiko since day one, right? I use him because he's a great character, because I haven't used Reiko, like, I mean, I think he was probably the best in, probably MK4, right? He was okay in Armageddon, but, ultimately, I like him in MK1. He's a good character, good moveset, right? But they definitely moved away from Reiko looking like a ninja to Reiko being more of a gladiator style character, right? Jar2388 says the reused assets is lazy and lame for sure, but I still think the unnecessary gender swaps of the cyborgs are the most offensive and disgusting of Combat Pack 2. 100%. Oh, look, I mean, there's so many issues anyway, bro, right? There's so many issues regardless, right? Strauss Arcade says, your girlfriend slurs are ridiculous, bro. Even she laughs at you, man. Is your girlfriend a man? And who sits there with their girlfriend and watches a middle-aged bald guy on the internet talking about fighting games? This requires a close-up. Listen, man. I understand. Life is tough. Things costly. But if a grown man is sitting there with his girlfriend, looking at me, you have to start wondering if she's really laughing at me or something else. Kaz Kalinga 5138 comes in again. NetherRealm Studios will not retain a legacy system and always change up the game, completely rework characters from the ground up. But with guest characters, will gladly reuse assets for paid DLC characters. SPTX says, reminder Ghostface's two teens who ambushed harmless women. How can anyone accept these dudes to go against mystical ninjas and soul-sucking wizards? Two Black Dragon members. Yes. It's actually just people in bed sheets. They could literally say Santa Claus is under there. He spends his day off with his girlfriend watching a middle-aged white guy on the internet talk about fighting games. Listen, I'm happy to give you some sex tips, bro. Right? Is she lying on her back going, oh, say something bad about Fate again, baby. Say something bad about Fate. Oh, it gets me tickle pink. These fucking people, man, I love it. Aaron6195 says, not only did they rob old animations and assets to create this character, they also made all of said assets worse. The character looks like a damn block of wood. I'm a horror fan, But the thing about Ghostface in the original Scream movie is you didn't get to see him per every 5 seconds on the screen. You weren't supposed to know where the hell he or she was at, so the movie could build tension around him and her. It relied more on the survivors being horrified about being murdered or their friends being murdered to make you think Ghostface was this larger-than-life, unstoppable killer. Here in MK1, you just get to see him the whole time. It looks stupid. They've reduced the character to just stabbing, as you said, Fate. Then the moveset, and it looks weird with the thing. Yeah, stop calling me bruv, right? You're a clown. We're not bruvs. It was stupid, seriously, a 90s brick cell phone. No one relates to that outside some neckbeard soy-guzzling developer who thinks Scream was just about stabbing and cell phone calls. So fuck this. Well, I mean, Stefanik actually said it was like a big favorite character of its. So we can imagine why. Lord Lionel 007, the crawling reminds me of Rambo and MK11. That's actually because it is. In the stream yesterday, I actually showcased it actually is. Yeah, they tend to recycle animations and movements from previous titles. I first noticed this in MK11. That's exactly who he is. Rambo recycled from MK11, 100%, no debate. I'm still very curious about this whole Nightwolf comparison as well. Very curious. Right. Twins Never Beg 9617 says, I get that you might be frustrated with some trends in gaming. Again, every other fighting game seems to respect its fan base, its legacy, and the games that came previous. But I think there's a difference between constructive criticism and just plain negativity. Here we go. Here is the policing again. Listen, I don't care what people say, but it's pretty obvious that these people... By the way, constructive criticism doesn't do anything either. Right? At the end of the day, these people are going to do... Sorry, the developers and Warner Brothers are going to do what they're going to do. Right? Constructive criticism doesn't work when you've got one only pro... Well, not only pro, but I'll just say he's a pro player. Who was it? Ninja Killer? Openly admitting... Was it? Yeah, it wasn't Ninja Killer. Openly admitting that they actually listened to Sonic Fox. You have a person that is not involved in the development of Mortal Kombat being outed by one of his own as having a direct impact on the game. And you guys are mad at me. Holy shit. I didn't pay for fucking some furry to impact my product. Number one, developers put in hard work. I don't fucking care. I don't care. I'm not going to be gaslit with this whole, the poor developers shit. Sup, JDM? Here you go, man. So the developers get paid a daily salary. Not to mention that they already have our money, right? So the only power that we have left, two powers that we have left, is being able to voice our opinion and further not purchase any additional stuff. That's the only power that we now have left. These fucking people are still being paid. But the poor developers that are probably earning like 100 grand a year, fuck them. Game devs put thousands of hours into creating slop and deproving games, often taking feedback from players. Oh yeah? You mean like Sonic Fox? Recognizing that hard work doesn't mean I'm ignoring flaws, it just means I'm acknowledging that good games take time. Well, it's not a good game, bro. It's not a good game. Positivity helps, not hurts. Here we go. Now we're into the phase of this is the 60s hippie phase, right? Being positive about the parts of the game that work isn't the same as being blindly supportive. And I have been positive about the things that I have liked. But this is the shit in a pool analogy, right? Positivity helps keep communities alive. Oh my god. I'm. You smell that? That's starting to smell like communism. Positivity helps keep communities alive and focus on what's fun. Toxic negativity, on the other hand, rarely makes anything better. No. The upset customer voicing their opinion is the one that affects change. It's the reason why we are seeing woke stuff ignored en masse now and being completely started to be thrown out. Right? Because people are rejecting it. Not just rejecting it with their wallet, they're rejecting it with their voice. Or rejecting it with typing or, you know, whatever they're doing, right? That's the reason why these games are failing. It's the reason why they're, you know, not retaining a player base. Not to mention the fact, like, you know, JDM says it's boring. It's a boring game to play. Constructive criticism over hate. Yeah, here we go. This is one of them Eeyore fans. Oh, we need to move the conversation forward. We need to say it exactly like this. Listen, I've got some constructive criticism for you. Shut the fuck up. Actually, you don't have to shut the fuck up. But this is exactly like, come on, bro. Hang on, wait. Hang on. Come on, bro. Don't be hard on the game, bro. It's just, you know, like there's people that are really nice at NetherRealm, bro. It's just, you know, you got to think of the poor, you know, rich developers, bro. Come on, bro. You know, like, you just got to be nice, bro. Like, you know, you got to be constructive, move the conversation forward, bro. Right? Like, it's just, you know, you're just not helping anyone with your fucking hate. These people, man. Right? These fucking people, right? You can really tell the people that have low expectations. Market reality. Here we go. Games are a business, yes, but players are still influence changes. If enough people offer level-headed, no, fuck that shit, because it doesn't matter. No, it doesn't change anything. No, it doesn't. The irate, angry, pissed off customer is the only one that they will listen to. Because that is who gets noticed more. Why do you think I get these comments? Why do you think I get these people trying to downplay my impact? Now, I'm not saying I'm impacting the game, but clearly I have resonated with certain people who also feel the same as well. Right? There's a reason for that. It's because this sort of rhetoric is trying to stifle and control people's speech. It's trying to censor what they should say and shouldn't say. This is woman behavior, by the way. Like microtransactions, for instance, devs will often listen. Oh yeah, how's that working out for Mortal Kombat? Even those money grab mechanics that can shift when players offer thoughtful input. Listen, I want one he's smoking. Italian Stallion 29. Get that sissy shit out of here. Fuck yeah, man. Right? This is some straight up girl behavior. Straight up. Enjoyment is key. End of the day, I'm playing because I enjoy it. You know what? I have never said that people couldn't play the game. I have never said that people shouldn't buy the game. And I certainly still at least have the game installed and loaded up so I can interact with it, check out what's new, and still make content on it instead of, you know, not. JDM says, I can't believe we got nothing for a 30-year anniversary. True. And everyone has their own reasons for gaming. I didn't say people couldn't play the game. Never did. Ever. I respect that others might not enjoy the same things, but that doesn't mean I'm just blindly following the hype. I never asked anyone to blindly follow me either. Do whatever you want. I know some people find it really hard. Here we go. More daddy psychological help here. Here we go. Listen. This is real simple to understand. YouTube is a free app. YouTube is a free app, right? And on YouTube, there are videos. And in these videos, wait for it, you can freely, with God's free will choice of active, choose to click on videos or not. Don't you love it when people go, you know, like complain about you making content on the video that they're watching, that they clicked on purpose? I'm just saying, man. So yeah, here we go. So yeah, if you don't like the game, that's fine, but I'd rather focus on what makes it fun instead of tearing it down. Yes, thank you for that lovely toxic positivity. That's the reason why Mortal Kombat isn't the shit show it is. The entire fucking chivalry community and the only pros for fucking God knows how long has been gaslighting and greasing the wheels of Warner Brothers and NRS to the point where when anyone actually stands up and actually starts talking and calling this shit out, oh no, you can't say that, bro. You can't say that. You're gonna hurt the game, bro. You're gonna hurt our feelings. And then you get the worst fucking people are the grifters that straddle the fence. You know, on one hand they'll go, oh, I'm critical. And on the other hand they're going, yeah, but not like that. The way I do it is the only way to do it. Again, you and YouTube is there for a reason, right? Strauss Arcade says, Favorite Man sounds like a skill issue. Alright, cool. I want you to find the video of me saying that I was an expert in fighting games. I'll wait. Anyway, let's continue. Giza Power Plant says, get observations, opinions, and commentary spot on. It's not that they're lazy, but yes, some people are. It's that I'm not there anymore. Okay. The Ghostface says, if you don't care about horror characters, just don't talk about it. Well, I pay for the game, bro. What a bunch of fucking sissies. Here we go. Here we go. This will be. Is this going to be another therapy session? Oh no. We've got some pushback. Here we go. Asterix 1912 says this guy is such a crybaby. Complains about absolutely everything just for the sake of it. Okay, not that one. He's obviously you know, one of them people that got me on another Chrome tab. Bink 1221 comes in. Libtards, man, these idiots just don't get it. Yep. They're mad because we're winning. Trump is in office. They're going to destroy all this woke beta soy mentality. They're going to open up free speech, except for maybe in Australia, but we're still fighting that one. They are not going to be able to control the narrative anymore. Akira Strider says, very dumb statement when horror characters are constantly in Mortal Kombat as guests. Yes, since MK9. And there are more Mortal Kombat games prior to MK9 that exist that have no horror characters in it. I don't play online, bro. I don't play online anymore. I haven't played online since Towers of Time came out. And you want to know something? You want to know how I'm right again? Because they admitted in the Kombat cast that they are actually putting Kombat League Season 1 rewards in Invasion Season 1 returning for Scorpion. Imagine that. Common fate win right there. Guys, this guy hates everything for no reason. Fatty's usually pissed me off. For hating MK Community News. What happened to Mortal Kombat, man? What happened to Mortal Kombat? Imagine thinking that you're so fucking cool because you press buttons better than somebody else. Nobody's getting laid for that unless you're gay. And since there's a lot of them in the NRS community, well, I guess it makes sense. Jay Hernandez says, it's because they're garbage characters for idiots that enjoy basic slop. You guys don't sound any better crying and bitching about this dude having an opinion. This is where people seem to forget the point that we are just simply sharing our opinion. We're not developers of NRS games. We're not people that work at Warner Brothers. We don't actually direct or could inflect change on the game. Where we do affect change is with people. Right? Amazing. I wonder if these same people have that same energy on all the people that sit there and glaze the game. I bet you they don't. I bet you they don't. Akira Stride says this is a goofy tier guest character and it's making people who aren't normies begin to hate and avoid guests now because they are overstaying their welcome. And it shouldn't have had to come to this if NRS played their cards right and was smart with roster. It should only be one guest character per game. I will give you Ghostface as the only guest character for Mortal Kombat 1. That is my olive branch. The rest of them should be Mortal Kombat characters. Ghostface should have been Kiro, Cobra, and Jarek without the ridiculous party. No, Ghostface should not be other Mortal Kombat characters. City Halloween Ghostface costume. If people want to play all of these horror movie characters, either play Terradrome, Dead by Daylight, or Mugen, or create modded characters. True. You can download Terradrome, the first one, for free. It is a free game. It is a fan-made game. And then also you can buy the sequel, Terradrome, on Steam. Great games. Obviously they're not like let's obviously be clear here. They're obviously not at like this high, you know, and it's no disrespect when I say this, but it's not like we're getting like the, you know, they don't obviously have the budget and all that sort of stuff behind them to refine or do all these different things, right? But that doesn't mean to say it's a bad game. What matters is if you have fun with it. And if you have fun with MK1, off you go. Enjoy yourself. I don't fucking care. But why does my opinion affect you when it comes to that? Jorbu1423 says, why do people hate on guest characters? Thank you, NRS. This is exactly... This is it right here, man. This is exactly what Warner Brothers and NetherRealm has done since Mortal Kombat 9. They have conditioned people to like this slop. And yet prior to that, Mortal Kombat never had guest characters. In fact, Mortal Kombat was one of the fewer Mortal Kombat fighting games that actually retained, and I'm not including Mortal Kombat vs. DC here, right? I'm not talking about that bullshit either. I'm talking prior to that. We actually had Mortal Kombat retain its identity because guest characters never fit. Right? Now, we had spin-off games that further, you know, developed the universe, like Shaolin Monks, Mythology, Sub-Zero, and of course, Special Forces. Right? But they did guest characters all the way back for something like Soul Calibur 2. Or crossover fighting games with Capcom vs. Capcom vs. SNK2. Was it Capcom vs. SNK2? Yeah, I think so. Anyway, there was a lot of crossovers between Capcom and SNK back in the day. Right? And then, of course, we got Marvel vs. Capcom, X-Men vs. Street Fighter. Mortal Kombat was one of the very few, if the only fighting game in that period of time that did not delve into that particular field. These guest characters are perfect for Mortal Kombat. Incorrect. Just because a Mortal Kombat just because a character kills does not mean it's perfect for Mortal Kombat. Again, this is the mindset and the change in the way that they have portrayed Mortal Kombat. This is what we're up against, folks. This is what we're up against. This is exactly what NRS and Warner Brothers has done. If we would have had Terminator, Robocop, Predator back in the 90s, people would have loved it. I don't necessarily agree with that statement at all. Again, because John Tobias, who is a massive DC fan, right? Strauss has left the chat. Yeah, his girlfriend probably told him he was being a fucking idiot. Anyway, and by girlfriend, I mean his mum. Right? No, we wouldn't have been happy back then either. Right? Nobody's rage quitting, bro. Stop saying stuff. I know you communists like to say things over and over again to make it true, but that's not how it works, bro. It doesn't work like that, right? Yeah, no, I wouldn't have been on board with this back then either. And because John Tobias was involved, it definitely would have never would have happened, right? Chris Laurent says in chat, I mean, Fate, let's be real, you don't like horror. Well, I don't like horror movies. I play a horror fighting game. You don't like horror, you don't like the guest characters, you don't like horror guest characters. So while I respect the opinion, I just feel that the whole argument is moot. Bro, everything that everyone talks about is all a waste of time. Where are we at? Hang on. Here we go. Yep. The only reason they did not do it is because MK was not making the millions they are today. MK. Now you got to remember the time period too. Fighting more. Okay, so video games have obviously become way more popular in the last decade and a half, right? Maybe 2 decades, right? I'll give you maybe to the PS1, but still. I'd say probably maybe in the PS2 era is probably when gaming started to go really mainstream. Really mainstream. So, again, you're comparing 2 different time periods when it comes to sales, right? But Mortal Kombat was not the reason why Midway failed. It was because of their other endeavors. Mortal Kombat was still profitable, which is why they kept making Mortal Kombat. And Mortal Kombat ended up on almost every single conceivable home console and handheld, including PC, back in the day. Now we have this luxury and all people want to do is hate on it. Oh yeah, here we go. This is the consume product and be excited for next product mentality. We need that close up again. Here we go. All right, here we go. All right. Listen. Video games aren't real. Video games are not sentient. Video games do not have feelings. Okay? So, let's stop pretending and acting like we are defending the honor of somebody like in your family. It is just shit. And to say that we now have this luxury, video games have been around for 30 odd plus years. Gaming has always been a luxury. Why don't I give you I'll tell you what, I'll give you a bag full of broken ass games in it, and I'll just say, there you go. It's a luxury. At least I'll put them in a bag. CRT Megatron Gaming says, you clearly weren't there in the 90s. Why do people have to hate? People would have loved it. No, we would have called it lame. Yes, if you actually want to see proof in the Mortal Kombat franchise of change, of people speaking up, that's why we have a massive difference between Mortal Kombat Deadly Alliance and Mortal Kombat Deception. Because they tried to copy the in-current theme fighting game type meta of what was going on in the 3D space when it came to fighting games back then. And Ed Boon, who loves Tekken, literally tried to Tekkenify, if you will, Mortal Kombat. That's why they fucked up the fatalities. That's why they got rid of the uppercuts, except for like maybe 1 or 2 people. They got rid of the stupid ass fucking they put in the stupid ass combo system where you could do combos without touching someone. They added in these 3 different fighting game stances, which wasn't too bad. I didn't mind that aspect of it. I still would have preferred 2D gameplay, right? And then when you get to Deception, what do we get? We get kick-ass fatalities back, uppercuts, sweeps, the harakiri, right? We get these, like, just this awesome storytelling game mode with Conquest. Deception was them listening to feedback. Because it's lame. By the way, I'm 45, so I was there in the 90s and you weren't. Also, luxury man up. Your language is girly. Extremely girly. Yeah, this is some straight sissy behavior, man. Imagine. These people have girlfriends and they have sex with them. Jesus. Just Too Swift says, are you a fan of MK? To Jorbu. Jorbu says, I am. Jorbu says, I'm 41 and I would have lost my mind if I had seen Terminator or Predator in MK3 Ultimate. I'm assuming lost my mind in a good or bad way. I'm assuming maybe in a good way because he responds with, no, you're just capping. There were a bunch of Terminator and Predator arcade and console games already back then. We also had Terminator versus RoboCop versus Terminator, which was a good game. But also it made sense, right? You've got 2 basically almost indestructible type of robots going up against each other, right? So it kind of made sense to be able to have that as like this crossover franchise. How can Johnny Cage beat up Terminator? One punch and he's breaking his hand. It would have been way too much and out of place. It shows you have no clue about OG MK and its time and era. Just stop. True. Again, John Tobias was in charge, and that's why MK was better. Strider says because they're a little goofy type guest character, and it's making people who aren't normies begin to hate. Blah blah. I think he was already playing. It should have been Cabal, Peacemaker. Should have been. Hang on. It should have been Cabal, Peacemaker. Should have been Nightwolf, Homelander. Should have been Shinnok, and the list goes on. Yeah, I don't care for Shinnok. I agree 100%. NetherRealms should have made a horror fighting game separate from these characters. Yeah. See, when you look at, what was it, Injustice 2, we had guest characters. They put in Sub-Zero. They put in Raiden. They also had the Ninja Turtles, which actually, I think, kind of suits to a degree. Right? Because they're hero-type characters. What was the other guest characters in Injustice 2? Oh, Hellboy. Was it Hellboy? Hellboy suits as well. Those characters, to a degree, right? It would have been better not to have the MK characters in Injustice, but the other ones definitely suit that particular game, right? But Injustice, there was no precedence before Injustice, right? Yeah, we had MK versus DC, but no one gives a shit about that crap, right? So there was no like previous like superhero fighting game. I'm just trying to think, just to make sure. No, there wasn't, unless it was a Mugen game that existed, right? Slit518 says, so wait, the Scream characters are Mortal Kombat characters, the fuck? Yeah, I know, that's just so lame. A while ago, Ed Boon had a poll asking if he wanted Mortal Kombat 12, Injustice 3, a horror fighting game, and Marvel vs. DC. I think at this point, just make a horror fighting game. Leave Mortal Kombat to Mortal Kombat characters, Injustice to Injustice, and a horror fighting game to horror fighting game characters. Just leave it. Right? Akira says, Ghostface is just Rambo reskin with rip-off moves from Kira, Cobra, Kano, Jarek, Ferrator. and stunt double Johnny Cage, MKX, MK11. Would have been better if it was actually Black Dragon members teaming up together without wearing a Party City Halloween costume. Yet Normies is so excited and hyped for this nonsensical DLC slop as always. Yeah, I know. They're the literal NPC meme. MK is dead and MK12 was the worst modern fighting game. NRS are one-trick ponies becoming more lazy and incompetent. True. True. Vex says horror is cool when you're a kid and it's scary then when you grow up it's just cheesy and stupid. Yep. You cannot be further from the truth. Truth? Well, I mean it's kind of true. I mean, you know. But again, if you look at the way they've been doing fatalities since Mortal Kombat 10, they are definitely horror themed. Right? Seeing all the intricate details and all that sort of stuff. We don't need that shit. Exactly like who was scared over Ghostface. This was just a false statement. Oh, there we go. Savitar, the Loyal Terrier for Mortal Kombat in with the chat. Soul71000 says another pointless character added. This one just fits just fine on like superheroes. Again, because they think that if a character kills, it should be in Mortal Kombat. Apparently Strauss has taken his dog to the beach. Alright, see you later. A pointless character added for a cash grab and marketing for the franchise it's from. Yeah, this is exactly what Warner Brothers is doing. This is not because they go, oh yeah, this would be perfect. No, this is marketing. This is marketing. Blah, 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 blah. Jose Mendez says, 07 says, I understand why you don't like it. I would just prefer getting MK characters, true. But I gotta say, I did like how they showed the character. Always fun to watch your videos to get your opinion. Listen, I never asked for kiss asses, and I certainly don't want blind haters. It's always good to have in between. Either way, I do appreciate everyone that does comment. Right? But this is the far more sort of metered response. I don't care if you don't like my opinion. At least you're grown up about it. Sitting there bleeding everywhere like you're on your period. Emerald Dart says, good to you, laugh man. I will always ask, why not just make a horror game? Yeah. Extra whiff. It's Rambo and MK10 Johnny. Oh, okay. We got MK10 Johnny in here as well. They are lazy and MK11 is superior. MK11 sucks. Well, I mean, both games suck anyway. What else we got? Dark Wolf A180 says they are stupid and with this character they could create Kira and Cobra, two different characters. Akira says because Ghostface is just a Rambo reskin rip-off gameplay. I think, yeah, he's already posted that. Rogue Dungeon 3309 says, lol at the fans defending this game like it's their life source. Yeah, you know how I get accused of only doing it for like views and shit? Are they over on Super, Uncaged Games, Undies, God knows everyone else, glazing this game too? Betcha they aren't. I bet you they aren't. You want to know why? Because these people are so weak mentally that they cannot handle the fact that opinion exists. If communism was installed immediately, these would be the people joining the army, instilling the hate speech, tone speech, you know, wrong think laws. This game is like it's on Life Source, but watch them whine in about 2 weeks after Ghostface releases because they realize how broken and empty the game is. This is why NRS fails to balance things or add actual content like a damn crypt, because they will literally take a dump on your face and you'll pay them to do it. Garbage DLC Chaos Reigns for 50 bones, and 2 hours of cringe story. You morons still defend this game like it's your abusive husband. Oh shit. The idiocy is on the level of COD fans. Yeah. I mean, I like playing COD, but fuck, man, like, everyone can see what's going on, you know what I mean? Darius molds in 3780 says, I guess he thinks the Terradrome version was trash too. Have you not seen my video? Because he thinks it's a complete rip-off from there. Well, it is. They literally have a move in Terradrome where he uses the phone or the radio, and the other character appears from behind to grapple him. Dude contradicts himself much. I actually respond to this. I said, I praise Terradrome. Try using the powers of search to see I've already covered it. Akira said, bro, you made no sense at all. I'm assuming that's to Darius. He has said that he likes Terradrome screen, but doesn't like this screen. What doesn't make sense? I swear to God, there is weaponized autism that is not being medicated. You can like a version in one game and not like it in the other. You know what I mean? Dude is off his rocker on almost every video. I love it. It's way too funny. Yeah, because I have fun with this shit. What's not to love? It's funny. He gets mad and they make a good quality life of change. You know what was a good quality life of change? Actually adding towers of time. I praised that. Where was his energy then? Gotham says he praised Terradrome in the video. He says, I can't stare at horror stuff. Yeah, what I'm referencing, and I've said it before, is in like horror movies. And I don't like horror stuff in my fighting game called Mortal Kombat. Fate, stop. You don't like anything horror. You said it yourself. I said I don't like horror games. Oh, sorry, let me rephrase. I said I don't like horror movies. I don't like horror in my Mortal Kombat game. But I like horror. I like horror games. I know it's very confusing, but this is where my brain is at. I know it's really hard for some people to understand, but it's what they call personal choice. Dr. Platinum says they did give a hint at MK2 Katana skin. We're going on this one now. Literally said there will be hints at new skins. So I went back and I checked. She says, sorry, we need to assert Trump here. He said there will be new skins. So I went back and I checked the stream and they showed a singular skin, right? And then, which was not my point of the video, which I made, by the way, talking about it. My point is that they show this incredibly well done Mortal Kombat 2 Katana skin, and then they say nothing. Nothing. At all. Just nothing. No, hey, it's coming out next week. Everyone get really excited for it. We're also going to have other ones that are going to be on the other females. Just nothing. That's why I think they didn't know what was actually being shown. But you people are simple. And I don't mean you people are good people. I mean the simple people. Right? I said, that's not my talking point. But off you go. Also, where are the other skins? They claim we would see these in the clips that they played after she said it. It was a pretty massive addition of a classic outfit too also. And they don't say shit. He replies, hints of new skins are simply showing the Katana one. Well, that is singular. Considering this particular community is so anal when it comes to word use, then technically speaking, Steven lied. He's a liar. He said skins. I saw one. Meaning there will be new skins coming with this whatever, and you know that. Oh, I do love when people tell me what I'm thinking. I replied, he says, now you're purposely acting like they haven't done this with every DLC so far. Well, actually, from memory, I'm pretty sure they talked about the 1995 movie stuff. From memory. I have to go back and check. And again, it wasn't my point. Tracy says it's a hint they aren't going to show all of them. So why did they say skins? They said you're going to see hints of skins. Not hint of a skin. I mean, listen, hey, I'm just using the rulebook. Cockney Eastwood says, can't stand the game, but I have to admit he looked quite fun. And listen, if you enjoy it, bro, off you go. Love the fatality, but will get boring. Fatalities are just cutscenes now. Right? And you could say, well, Fate, weren't they always this way? No. Especially if you go back to the 2D era, you literally had like a second. Maybe slightly less, slightly more. I'd actually have to check. I'd actually have to put the video in Vegas and actually check how long it goes from finish him or her to when you can't do it, right? I'd love to see modern NRS fanboys try and do those fatalities now. You have no idea how difficult it was back then to do it. And it was actually a technique to be able to get it out that fast in that tiny window. Now, you can go fucking get your cut lunch and come back and still have time to do it. There's no skill anymore. You're just activating an extended cutscene, right? And the fatalities back then were really fast, right? Really fast, really out there. You know, we didn't require the gore. And if you say, oh, they couldn't do the gore, oh, let me remind you of a game called Bloodstorm? And I think it's Time Killers. Two drawn fighting games in the arcade where you could literally cut off their arms and I think legs, cut them in half, and there'd be blood and shit everywhere. Not to mention, I think there were other 2D games like Way of the Warrior. I'd have to check with Tattoo Assassin, where you also had a lot of gore as well, including gore that they also had in Eternal Champions. Right? So don't even start with me. Good comment by Cockney too, by the way. 16-bit said the clips about to be shown contain some of the new skins. No, she said hints at new skins. Singular skin, and it wasn't my point. This is how desperate they are to catch me. You don't think I fucking know what I'm doing? I record my videos. And then I upload them. And I watch my video before I upload. Gregory says, Derek hid in the bathroom from Stephanie throughout the entire Kombat cast. Yeah, he probably voted for Trump. Ed214, he's in the chat. How you going, Beat? How you going, dude? He says, MK1 is such a corporate slop. No one find Gagface cool. He just looks like a dude in a trash bag with a knife, and it's mostly known because of the parody. Even Meat would have been better. True. And at least Meat is actually a Mortal Kombat character. Jason Voorhees 13th. He says, notice how they snuck a they-them character right under everyone's noses. Anti-Feminist says, yes, it's NRS's woke till combat, so what to expect. I already expect even more gender swaps and alphabetical BS even before the first DLCs. Gringle says, who? I didn't watch the Kombat cast. Is it the Scream guy? Tracy Cookie, another loyalist, says, it's not a they-them character. Watch Scream. It was always two of them besides Scream 3 that had one and Scream 6 which had like 5 Ghostface. Gringle says, I see, that makes sense. Yeah, I personally didn't see it as a they-them character. Anyway, I think Janet Cage is one of them they-thems. Right, but whatever. We need Meat. Stephanie agrees, said J-Dem in the Bishop says, do you not speak English or are you dumb? Right. So, Death Cold Long plays. How you going, man? The character is garbage, not because of the fact he was added in the game. The character is trash because he doesn't fit into the game and because the game is unbalanced garbage. And in general, Mortal Kombat doesn't feel like Mortal Kombat anymore. It feels like a free-for-all fighting game where you add anyone for the sake of it, especially if it means to make more money. But because of chasing more money, NRS lost more of their OG community, and now they have less money, and all because of their greed and pandering to a non-existent so-called modern audience. I got a counterpoint to this too, and then I'll counterpoint that. So yeah, as much as I like the Scream movies, the original ones, and the character himself, I don't like the fact that he was added into MK. Besides, NRS never done any justice to existing characters. True. And we've already talked about that earlier. Somebody said it. Mortal Kombat characters are not getting the love that the guest characters are getting. Because the guest characters have to get that love so that way they don't piss off the actual fans outside of the game. They are trying to get people to buy the game to play these characters, so they have to make them as authentic and accurate as possible to the movie fans or whatever, right? Characters that have been that they created and then forgot about. Instead of bringing these characters back for 2 to 3 games, they are adding anyone but not those who should have been in the game. That is why this is one of the reasons why I hate MK1. Yep. And of course it's all licensing and stuff, so that's all wasted money and shit, you know. Right? LJ says, wow, nice spot on with OG MK YouTuber from the 3D era games. Yeah. Yeah, Death Cold's amazing. Like, he posts a lot. God bless him. And, you know, he's always on the money. Right? Warren says it looks ass. Rotem Gomez says the crouch move is literally just Rambo all over again. It absolutely is. That's why I was against Ghostface. He barely has anything other than stab, stab, stab. And by the sounds of it, he's literally a mongrel, like a mongrel character. Hashtag stop with guest characters. Same dude, right? AMP1771 said this is embarrassing. I can't even take the character seriously. I'd rather have Michael Jackson in MK than this stupid character. Another loyalist, boohoo. Michael Jackson in MK. This must be the stupidest comment in 2024. MK guest characters have to be killers. No. There should be no guest characters in Mortal Kombat, and just because you kill doesn't mean to say they should be in Mortal Kombat. If you want to put guest characters in Mortal Kombat, get crossover characters from Killer Instinct, Eternal Champions, Bloodstorm, Time Killers. Take your pick. Not horror characters. Josh says, I'll take Ghostface as DLC over Peacemaker though. Yeah, I'll give you one character as a guest for the MK1, Ghostface. That is what I grant you. Peacemaker though, if I had the option to take out one guest character from MK1, it would be Peacemaker's goofy ass, yeah. Peacemaker, Homelander, Omni-Man, and whoever else they're going to add in needs to be removed because this is Mortal Kombat and not WWE game or MTV Celebrity Deathmatch. True. Oh, here we go. Here we go. The comment psychologists are in the chat. Gaming on the Go 1421 says constant hate, constant imagine sitting in your home spouting that no one gives a shit about this DLC, then proceeding to get annoyed and make videos about it. Oh, well, it's you know, we're allowed to. It's called freedom of speech, bro. He doesn't give a shit. No. Okay, so let's read this and I'll clarify. He doesn't give a shit, and then watch him add to the numbers by playing and downloading anyway. Make the content. Well, it's already installed, bro. Like, it's just going to auto update on Steam. So, you're dumb. Secondly, I don't give a shit about the guest characters. I give a shit about Mortal Kombat. And I give a shit about exposing how lazy they are, as per proven by this character basically just taking movesets and animations from other characters. facts, then why are you here? Here we go. He used to have some good and constructive comments beyond I hate this. No one gives a shit and constant complaining about tits. Oh, so you're one of these people that's afraid of boobs. Okay. If it helps, I have unsubscribed now and only back to reply to you. Hang on. Imagine unsubscribing from someone because you're too much of a giant vagina because somebody makes or has comments about a video game. Now, listen, I don't care if you unsubscribe or not. But, you know, like, this is the type of people that need their content curated because they are weak. Not to mention the fact that you click on this shit, you know what I mean? He's spitting facts, that's why. Okay. Then why are you here? Right. Why is it that every time somebody disagrees with Fate or someone calls him out in his comments, some groupie has to jump into defense? Well, every single YouTuber has a fan base. Everyone. You are always going to have people that are loyal to the person that's making the content. It's just how it is. Right? This is not new. Right? You know the man can speak for himself, right? You and his boyfriend are manager. Yeah, I know, but you guys are also setting up your own little group therapy sessions in here, true? I'm just saying, it's how it is. It just shows a lack of empathy and maturity when you criticize someone because their opinions don't align with yours. If you don't agree with someone's opinion, it's best not to get upset or criticize, but to respect their opinion without imposing judgment or get angry. And no, I'm not his girlfriend, besides, I'm gay. I'm not gay, he's gay, right? He's gay. Italian Stallion in the chat says, I'd rather have P. Diddy with a baby oil fatality over this. You know, they probably like that. Listen, this is what I mean. Like, this is where we get into communist territory. He can have an opinion, that's fine. But personally, the way that they are expressed... Hang on. The way that they're expressed isn't for me. These are the fucking hand wringers right here, man. Right? Now listen, I don't care if you subscribe or not. Right? It's a free country. Right? But when you start saying stuff like that, it's like, oh, I see. Tori says, me like horror movies, but me hate the idea of them putting horror characters in fighting game. Hate Ghostface, never ever liked him. Right? Bro, not everyone has like English as their first language. Right? This dude posts a lot too. Right? God bless him. Mark Spark says, now watch Fate buy this character. Well, it's in the pack, bro. And enjoy playing him. Well, I don't actually. Right? I don't actually do that. Every single one of my characters, by the way, is max level. You want to know why? You know why? You know the easiest way to do it, right? And that's just because that's kind of like the completionist in me. I don't actually play as these characters. In the sense of getting online or getting in a tower or whatever. Oh, well, not in a tower. Well, maybe in a tower, but not in that particular sense, and I'll explain it. It's very easy to level up characters when you play through Invasions. It's very easy to level them up if you play through Towers of Time. So you can take these characters and just load them up. Choose the towers, so you're grinding up to get the points, you know, for the 2-week shit, you know, in the rewards, right? Or work towards getting your, say, Dragon Crystals. Or playing through Invasions to complete Invasions. And you just level up these characters by default. But I don't actually play as these characters. Unless it's in a live stream where I've done it, where I've loaded the character up and gone, yep, this is shit, I was correct. Death Cole says, isn't he getting the character for free since he bought the premium edition or whatever it's called? Well, it's not free, it's, you know, obviously you pay for it, right? Sadly, no, the premium edition before the game released only included Combat Pack 1. You can't... Until recently, you couldn't buy them separately. Because they marketed it so people would go out there and spend the money. Luke Laser says, take away the forearm makeout session. Shit looks stupid and what's worse. These are supernatural fighters. Don't make them fucking friends or nice. It's so... right, yep. Reimu Hakurai XX. The amount of shilling in the comments for Ghostface gameplay trailer is predictably high. Yeah, that's why I've hit a nerve here. Right? This is why Mortal Kombat is failing. Because they have curated an audience towards stuff that isn't Mortal Kombat. Makes me wonder if any of the honest people are having their comments removed or if everyone is being paid by NRS to suck their dicks. Well, YouTube... So, people always say this shit. They go, oh, you know, you're removing comments or whatever. No. YouTube will automatically block comments that they think is spam. And that could be based on probably the person's post history elsewhere. Right? If you go into your YouTube channel and you make videos and stuff, you can actually go into a section and see like comments that are held as spam. Right? And you check them and it's like, oh no, they're not spam. They're normal. But YouTube flags them as that. Steve says, garbage, I don't know. There's going to be a lot of tech with this guy. Listen, here we go. Listen, you got to let go of the past, dude, and move on. No. Your Deception 3D clunky era ass days are over. Bro, I was there since the beginning. Don't associate me with that shit. This is how you get your views, though. I get it. Imagine saying this and then thinking that no other YouTuber making content is trying to get views. Why do you think people make YouTube videos? To get views. These are the sorts of fucking people that expect you, every video, or every person on YouTube, to put out like encyclopedia fucking documentaries. Again, they forget what made YouTube great. The you part. Every single person, their own creator, doing things in their own way. That's why, like, people got their ass blown out and fucking laughed at because people are trying to be censored or tone policed or, oh, you shouldn't do it like this, right? They completely missed the point of what YouTube is about. Let's read the replies. Luke Laser says, never let go of the past. Your point is invalid. That's telling him to give up, you moron. We never will. Game is dookie like your point. Go back to this degenerate Injustice clone and leave the real Mortal Kombat to the real fans, you clown. There's always that mother effer who hates everything whenever MK1 gets a trailer. Well, because it's a garbage game. 3D era's clunky. Yeah, was better than woke in an era. Yeah, I didn't like the combat in the 3D era either. But at least it was Mortal Kombat. Bet you kids didn't even use those days as woke till Combat 1 or 11. Oh yeah, you can definitely see the people that... You can definitely see the people, right, that were born and raised NRS games. Like 100%. These skinny jeans wearing... Dudes, I don't know, what's can I say that? I won't say it. These skinny jeans wearing just don't know real Mortal Kombat. Yeah, I know. Well, when you wear skinny jeans, you know, like, it crushes your nuts, and that explains a lot. Yes, garbage can, and very uninspired for NRS. They can and should do better. Exactly, even the MK vs DC game is better. True. I didn't care for this game. Right, and I knew exactly what they were doing. They were basically trying to just, you know, just merge two franchises like we'd seen in the past with previous fighting games, right? Like crossovers with, you know, like I was saying, Capcom, SNK. So, but it wasn't a Mortal Kombat game. Like, nobody would load that up and go, oh, this is a Mortal Kombat game. Right. That's it. Time to unsubscribe. Your negativity against any concerning Mortal Kombat nowadays is alarming. You mean just the one game? Mortal Kombat being the reason I sub to you is now the reason I have to unsub. Have a great day, man. Well, when did you subscribe? Right? Because there's a lot of content on the channel that isn't MK1. I get that you might be frustrated with some trends in gaming, but I think there's a difference between... Here we go. Here's the policing again. Constructive criticism and plain negativity. Sissies. Oh, I've already read this shit. What the fuck? Did he post this shit twice? My god. Shady Fox says, I hate how much more detail and seems like time was put into these guest characters. I miss Mortal Kombat as Mortal Kombat. True. Exactly. How are they taking on Mortal Kombat cast like they have so much more passion? Oh, the Mortal Kombat cast, oh my god. Oh. Got two more. CRT Gaming, Megatron Gaming says the devs and the fans of this character need help, mental care. And then the last comment down the bottom, which you can't see for whatever reason, is Tori with a ninja. I did say I was going to light up MK, but I might do that next time. I'm very hungry. I haven't eaten. Actually, I haven't eaten since last night, actually. Yeah. Right. So, oh, that's what I was going to do. Yeah, sorry, I will cover this first. Sorry, this is far more important. Right, I will cover this first. Actually, I want to check this notification as well. What's this notification? I don't know. Oh, fuck off, on. Right. So this is James MK. Now, I do have. Hang on. Let me just find the liked tweet of his. I've spoken to James a couple of times. I actually want to properly interview him if he would be willing to. James is a very, very old school. He was there in the very beginning setting up the tournaments. Back when it wasn't a pile of shit that it is now. Right? Hang on, I'm trying to find it. There's a lot. Where'd it go, bro? Get rid of that one, don't need that one. Ah, here we go. Alright. So, James also worked in and helping in bringing games to the home consoles back in the day. Right? This right here, which scrolls down, is his gaming resume. This is why this dude is the man. This is why I listen to what he says. He worked on Bart vs. Space Mutants, Radio, Bart vs. Radioactive Man, vs. The World, vs. Beanstalk, Bart's Nightmare, Simpsons, Camp Deadly, and Krusty Funhouse. Also did Narc, Arch Rivals, Terminator 2, Trog, Mortal Kombat 1 and 2, Revolution X, NBA Jam, WWF WrestleMania, Super High Impact, Smash TV. Right? And then the list goes on and on. This dude had a hand in some of the best games brought to home consoles. Right? He's also worked on FGC Media and wrote hundreds of articles for various magazines, from Tips and Tricks, GamePro, EGM, and GameFan magazines. He wrote dozens of strategy books over the years, and I guess I'm a pro gamer. Like MK1 for MK2, MK3, MK4, MK Mythologies, MK4 Revision 2.1, Mace the Dark Ages, good fucking fighting game too, by the way. Right? Good game. Typhoon, Primal Rage, Urgites, or Urguys, Mortal Kombat 4 Arcade Secrets, and the Prima Ultimate Game Guides. Right? So please go check out this dude. If you think I'm harsh, if you think I'm hard and negative and shit, this dude is the king. But I love it because I don't see him that way. I see a dude calling it like it is, calling out the shit, standing up for what's right and not backing down. Right? And the fact that he actually had people contact his work and try to get him cancelled are pieces of shit. Right? Now, I don't know a whole bunch of this situation with Shinblade. Again, I'd love to talk to him and if he wanted to talk about it. But ultimately, he's calling it. He calls out a lot of stuff, and God bless him for it. Right? He's been in the scene a really long time. Really long time. And he's amazing. Right? Absolutely amazing dude. So please go check out James. He's at James 2S's MK on X. Right? Amazing dude. So we'll leave it there. I will play next time I do a stream. We'll load up some more classic. I was actually gonna do MK2. No, I already done MK2. Might do MK3 maybe. Yeah. Obviously more videos in the pipeline. Got another video coming out in a couple of hours as well. Because, you know, there's a lot of salt to be mined around this Ghostface release. Right? There's a big nerve that we've all stood on when it comes to this stuff. With Ghostface. Right? Very interesting. Very interesting indeed. Right? But anyway, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. It's always so much fun reading the chat, talking with you guys, and stuff like that. And yeah, I will catch you guys next time. See ya.